DEKA Zone 1, RAM weighted alternating reverse lunge, 30 reps. Males, 55 pounds, females, 33 pounds. You are allowed to single shoulder rack or back rack the weight. You must use a rep line. It can be a piece of tape on a mat. It can be a chalk line. In this case, I'm using white line on the turf. Starting with both feet in front of the rep line. You will step backwards until the knee makes contact on the ground behind the rep line. We will stand up nice and tall and upright. Any DEKA zone that requires extension, in this case, extension at the knee and the hip. Imagine standing off to the side of yourself as the competitor or the judge, and we are going to start with an imaginary line in the ankle. That line is going to be drawn up through the knee, through the hip, and through the shoulder, and that imaginary line must make contact with all four of those body parts, reaching hip and knee extension. We're going to alternate sides for 30 total reps. To finish your 30th rep, you must place the RAM down on the ground in the same general area it was when you started, under control. The RAM may not be thrown or dropped to the ground. It can be placed on the ground horizontally. It can be up vertically. If you place it down vertically and it tips over, that is fine. DEKA Zone 1, RAM weighted alternating reverse lunge, 30 reps. DEKA Zone 2, 500-meter row. Any foot or damper settings are allowed by the competitor. Computer consoles will always be set up to where competitor just needs to grab and go. Continue rowing until 500 meters is achieved. The competitor must remain on the rower until reaching 500 meters. DEKA Zone 2, 500-meter row. DEKA Zone 3, box step or jump over, 20 reps, 24-inch high box, both male and female genders. When we're stepping or jumping up and over the box, both feet must make contact with the top of the box on the way over. The body must travel up and over the box. The rep is counted when both feet make contact with the ground on the opposite side of the box where the rep started. You are not required to stand up tall extension. You can stay nice and low during those reps. For the jump, same rules apply. You are not allowed to step off to the side and perform your reps like this. If incidental one hand, and knee contact is required for balance and coordination, that is allowed. 100% of the body must travel up and over the box. Both feet make contact. As you're finishing the rep, if you use incidental hand and knee contact for balance, both knees and that hand that was used must come clear of the box for that rep to be counted. DEKA Zone 3, box step or jump over, 20 reps. DEKA Zone 4, med ball sit-up, 25 reps. Males, 20 pounds, females, 14. The ball can start in front or behind the competitor. The rep starts with the ball touching the ground behind the head. You will sit up and the ball will make contact on the ground between the feet. The ball touching here or on top of the feet is not allowed. During the process of completing your reps, when the ball makes contact on the ground between your feet, the torso must be off of the ground. DEKA Zone 4, med ball sit-up, 25 reps. At DEKA Fit events, the med ball sit-up is replaced with a med ball sit-up throw. The rep starts with the ball making contact to the ground behind your head. The rep is counted when the ball hits the plate. If you're tall enough, the med ball can be touched to the plate without the ball leaving the ground. DEKA Fit events, med ball sit-up throw, 25 reps. DEKA Zone 5, ski erg 500 meters. Any damper setting is allowed. The computer console will be set up where the competitor simply needs to grab and go. The competitor will continue skiing until 500 meters is reached. The competitor must stay at the ski until 500 meters is reached. DEKA Zone 5, ski erg 500 meters. DEKA Zone 6, farmer's carry 100 meters. Males 60 pounds, females 40 pounds. We are using a 10 meter down and back zone. 10 meters is required with this setup. You are not allowed to go longer than 10 meters for your turns. It must be 10 meters down and back 5 times for 100 meters. You're allowed to run with the weight, or you can walk with the weight. The weight must be held at your side. You're not allowed to shoulder rack the weight. When you come up to the line, both feet must come across the line. On the down or the back turns, a toe tap with that second foot is allowed. As you're finishing the last down and back, both feet must get past the line before you set down the weight. For DEKA Fit arenas, normally they will be set up with a 100 meter maze. For DEKA Strong and DEKA Mile, 10 meters down and back times 5. DEKA Zone 6, 100 meters, farmer's carry. DEKA Zone 7, air bike, 25 couch. Any horizontal or vertical seat setting is allowed. Depending on the event that you are attending and the console and the type of bike, competitor may be required to hit the start button once they begin the air bike. Once started, the competitor will continue cycling until 25 calories is reached. DEKA Zone 7, air bike, 25 calories. DEKA Zone 8, dead ball shoulder over, 20 reps. Males 60 pounds, females 40 pounds. Competitor will squat down, lift the weight off the ground. On the way up, the ball must travel up and over the top of the shoulder. As the ball travels over the shoulder, the competitor must be standing nice and tall with hip and knee extension. This step back method is allowed. Competitors may also turn and do a 180. Again, nice and tall and upright as the ball travels over the shoulder. Leaning off to the side as the ball travels over the shoulder is not allowed. DEKA Zone 8, dead ball shoulder over, 20 reps. At DEKA Fit events, the dead ball shoulder over will be replaced with a dead ball over using a 4-foot tall structure, normally a yoke. The competitors will throw the ball up and over the bar. During the process of lifting the weight, the feet must be inside the structure. Dead ball over, 20 reps. DEKA Zone 9, magnetic resistance sled, push-pull, 100 meters, using a 10 meter down and back zone for a total of 5 down and backs for 100 meters. We have 2 approved sleds, the ZBEX XT3 Plus with 160 pounds loaded on the weight stack, or the Torque Tank M4 MX. On the ZBEX XT3 Plus, males resistance 8, females resistance 7. On the Torque Tank MX or M4, male resistance 3, both sides, females pop it down to 2, both sides. Before we start the push, the back of the tank must be behind the start line. We will push 10 meters. As we are completing the push, 100% of the sled must get past the 10 meter line. On the pull, we must be moving backwards. You are not allowed to use this method. You must be moving stick across the finish line, down and back 5 times. At no time are you allowed to wrap the straps around the ZX63 Plus handles or the torque M4 or MX bars. We're not allowed to wrap the straps around the bars. DEKA Zone 9, magnetic resistance sled, push-pull, 100 meters. DEKA Zone 10, ram weighted burpee, 20 reps. Males, 44 pounds, females, 22 pounds. As you approach the zone, the ram weight will be in front of you. The rep begins as you drop the body down and the chest or the abdominal region makes contact with the ram. The legs must be all the way sprawled behind you, reaching hip extension. You can walk your feet up, or you can drive both feet up at the same time. From this position, you'll bring the weight, press above the head, reaching hip, knee, and elbow extension. From the front, again, reaching hip, knee, and elbow extension on every rep. On the downside of the rep, you must make contact with the chest or the abdominal region on every single rep. As you finish the 20th rep, that rep is not counted until you set the rep down, set the ram down at the same location it was when you approached the zone. If the ram finishes on its side or it tips over, as long as it's in the same location and you set the ram down, that 20th rep will be counted. If the ram is thrown anywhere, the rep is not counted until the competitor brings it back and sets it down where it was when we started. DEKA Zone 10, ram weighted burpee, 20 reps.